2 soldiers killed, 13 critically injured, and 4 reported missing inside of the Gaza Strip. Now, one thing that is very important to note here, Israeli media officially is not confirming these operations yet. However, it's spreading like wildfire in other Arab media based on statements coming from and reports coming from uncensored Israeli media, online and some other media outlets too inside of Israel. The Israeli media usually does, some of them do not operate in the Israeli Shabbat, what they call, because of the Jewish tradition and religion. They don't operate, some of them, and they don't bring new reports. And there's a lot of censorship coming from the military censorship inside of Israel. But we're talking about the biggest event. If this is true, if this is confirmed later on by Israel, and they're going to have to confirm it if the operation succeeds, and it's underway still, and I'm going to talk to you all about it. This is going to be the biggest operation that Israel faced since October the 7th, and it's going to be changing the whole equation in relation to the genocide inside of the Gaza Strip. There have been already so many challenges inside of Israel, so many huge splits between the Israeli army and the political leadership. The Israeli chief of staff, he said multiple times that he doesn't want this operation to go ahead. He resisted attempts from the political delegation to go on a very large campaign. He only authorized a smaller campaign, hence the naming Gideon's Chariots 2. Netanyahu and his radical criminals next to him, the wanted war criminal, and the terrorists surrounding him are saying that they want a big operation. They won't stop up until the Palestinian resistance is eliminated. But now this operation is going to be a huge blow for Israel, and it's still underway. Let's begin with some of the reports that have been circulating, and I will get to you on what's happening right now. So, initial reports came from Israel. Like I said, not all Israeli media, some uncensored Israeli media outlets on Telegram, and then some others base them too. A lot of it is happening in the Arab media as well. 4 Israeli soldiers, terrorists missing in Al-Zaytoon neighborhood, southeast of Gaza City. Southeast of Gaza City because the Israelis are trying to have certain attempts to go inside of that city to prepare for the operation that they're being very shady about. Now they're saying that they're going to begin the operation next month, mid-next month. The operation will officially begin, but still no clarification about it. And also, there will be no details provided thoroughly what they're exactly going to do. So everything is vague. Oh, we want to deport the population. They're going to have to go out, and we're going to continue up until we eliminate everyone. But there are many problems. Firstly, well, Israel has been in some of these areas up to 7 times before, and they failed miserably. They turned most of the properties into rubble and the buildings. Yet the Palestinian resistance is still having a large attack against them. Large attacks. So far, we heard 3 operations happening in that area, and Israel is trying to have rescue services going on. These were some of the videos that were coming out from the Gaza Strip. These are light bombs that Israel is sending in Gaza after these 3 ambushes. Again, reports that 2 were killed, 13 critically wounded, multiple injured, and also 4 missing. Reports in Israel now are still confirming that the soldiers who were reported missing did not respond to any calls so far. And one of the leaders in Hamas, Izzat al-Rashq, is saying that the resistance is going to impose new equations against Israel. So there's a lot happening right now, and we're still in the initial phases of this operation. But this was some of the footage that came from Gaza. Israel is carrying out an intense bombardment in those areas alongside light bombs that they're sending over there, throwing to try and find the people, the Israeli soldiers who are missing. 8 helicopters participated in the rescue operation. All of them were targeted. Imagine that. 8 helicopters participated. All of them were targeted by the Palestinian resistance. Of course, that doesn't mean they took all of them down or destroyed all of them, but 8 helicopters were targeted according to the reports that are coming from inside of the Gaza Strip. Israeli media is saying that the security incident that has happened today in Gaza is one of the most difficult ones, if not the most difficult ones, since the 7th of October. And they still haven't been able to find the missing people. The Israeli helicopters are bombing multiple places, and it's confirmed that they are trying to abduct them. Now, when is this coming? This is coming, of course, before Israel is saying that we want to have a bigger operation inside of the Gaza Strip and what they call Gideon's Chariots 2. And what they're trying to do now, after this operation is beginning, or remnants of this operation are beginning, they're trying to show the Palestinians that they're slowly beginning it without declaration. Now, an interesting thing that's happening so far as well is the fact that the reports that are coming from Gaza are saying that Israel is trying to implement the Hannibal Directive against its own soldiers. Because ever since 2014, after even the deal that they had following the kidnapping in 2006 of Gilad Shalit, when the Palestinian resistance had an operation where they had an attack against an Israeli location, they dragged the Israeli soldier from the tank. One of the Palestinian fighters, one fighter, put him on his shoulder, ran with him for 600 meters, and then captured him to the Gaza Strip. 4 to 5 years later, there was a deal and a prisoner exchange. 1,027 Palestinians were released. So some reports said that it was 1,049. But after that, Israel started to implement the Hannibal Directive against all of them. And the reports that are coming now from Gaza, especially with the intense bombardment, and the Palestinians are reporting that the Palestinian authorities in Gaza and some reporters there are saying that 2 Palestinians were martyred following these intense attacks and non-stop attacks. People are saying that it's not stopping whatsoever. So Israel is continuously bombing all of those areas that have been that have been seeing these operations, and Israel isn't able to find or have any sort of communication with the people who are missing. What is this going to do exactly? And what's going to happen after this? I think, some people might view this as just another operation. No, it's not just another operation. We are talking about a huge operation that will change a lot of things, even when it comes to the prospect of having a larger campaign inside of the Gaza Strip. How? Well, the Israeli side, they're saying that, well, we want an operation. The political, of course, echelon, the political leadership, saying we want this bigger operation called Gideon's Chariots 2, they're naming it, after the army refused the big plan. But the Israeli army, they don't want a large operation. The chief of staff recently made a statement saying that we need to have a deal. There must be a deal. We can't do without a deal in Gaza. And I highly suggest that they don't go ahead with this operation. He previously stated that we will have at least 100 Israelis killed, and that there will be that there will be a risk for the prisoners of war. And I'll get to prisoners of war in a second, especially following the statements that came from Abu Ubaidah. Therefore, that would put Netanyahu in a very, very big problem. Because now they're saying that we managed to rescue one body of a prisoner of war. Probably try and hide the fact that they're facing this new operation. Although the reports that are coming now are saying that there is even a new operation in Al-Zaytoon neighborhood, southeast of the Gaza city area. And that, again, the 4 Israeli IDF terrorists who were captured by the Palestinian resistance still haven't responded to any of the communication attempts from the Israeli army.